Hello friends, so part 3. We're going pretty fast this time. So, for the outside and the roof in this case. So, this is also a tip if you want to add like a stairs on the second floor. Of course there's a stairs button, and then on the right side you can select different stairs. Um, in this case we're not going to do that, but it's as simple as just plopping it down and then adding another floor, and it will, figure itself out. So to add another floor, which you will also need to add a roof. It's just a layer on top of this one. We're gonna go to the floor step and we're just gonna add. You can also duplicate this one if you're making like an office building that has the same floors, or you just want to speed it up. And if you have like an apartment complex, and then you can build the layout and then copy it and then furniture it after. In this case, we're just gonna add a blank one and hit OK. To draw roofs, there's 3 different options. You have the regular roofs, then you have the shallow roof. Alright, we'll just draw all of them. So east is this side, right hand side of course. So we have regular roofs that you can drag to make them longer. Then you have shallow slopes, which are not available for all roof types. And then you have like the corner ones. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z for all of them. And in this case, how big is our roof? Because I want to do something fancy. You don't want to have simple boring roofs. Let's see. I think I can do one that's a little bit more interesting. So we're gonna go with a peak vertical. I always mess that one up. So vertical peak, which is gonna draw it on both sides, which speeds up our work a lot. And then we're gonna go for a shallow slope on the east side, and a shallow slope on the other side, so west, which will give us our house a little bit of a nicer look instead of just having a big triangle that's on top. Roofs are tricky to get right. You will be messing around with them and you will get frustrated, but when you get a hang of it, like all the other stuff, it's not too bad. So to change the roof's look and feel, we're going to go to roof caps, and I'm going to make it white, just like the rest of the building, which we will change later on, or after this. And then roof slopes, I want to go with a bit more of a reddish vibe. Now, if you want to get rid of the white squares for a second so you can see what it looks like, you can hit O. And by doing that, you will also not be able to place it, but it hides the object's outline. Oh, this is also a good one. I have H selected. If you press H, it's gonna highlight either the entire building or the floor you're on. So in your case, it should probably look something like this instead of this. Could be easy and tricky depending on your level of expertise. So we have almost the outside finished, we have almost the roof finished, but I don't like the hole in the wall, and I don't like I want a different style of walling for the outside. So we are gonna go to properties of the entire building, and then you have exterior wall, in which you can change the exterior wall for the entire thing. And I want to go with, I'd like the red bricks. And then for the trim, I want to go with the gray, no, that's the same one, the gray bricks. I kind of like the look of that. And in this case, I always add grime to the outside of the walls, because it looks nice. It's just like a little finishing touch, the cherry on the sundae. But we still have a hole in the wall. So to fix that, we need to do something tricky. It's a little bit different than the stuff we've been doing before. So if you go to top, we're now in isometric mode. Here you place objects which you've defined before, and they can be rotated and all that fun stuff. In tile mode, it's a little bit more tricky. Here you have access to all the tiles that are available to you in the game, and all the layers that are available to you in the game. So there's a lot more room for error, but you also have a lot more, how do you say that? you are more free to do whatever the fuck you want. I guess that's the best way to explain it. In this case, by default, the roof tiles that you need to close this gap are not available in isometric mode, but they are in tile mode because of course they are part of the tiles. So we can search for roof, and then in roof accents you have these little things which are basically the gutters. I'm gonna add them to the roof cap layer, and then on the second floor I'm gonna press H so it only highlights the floor that I'm on. The roof cap layer is the one that has the roof caps. So I can drag this now out over this layer and add a little corner, the other corner, oh crap, go back, the corner to fill in that little gap over there. Now you can also, where are those? I think it's these ones. Go to roof cap 2 and add these on top of the other ones, because that looks kind of cool. So now we've actually filled in the hole. So don't go get your mind out of the gutter, you know. In tile mode, there's some more stuff we can do. So I think there's some bushes which only show up in tile mode unless you add them in isometric mode, which we will get to in the next video. So I want to add some bushes. So I'm going to go back to floor 1, and in this case I'm going to add them in the furniture layer so they appear in front of the house. If you add them in the vegetation layer, you can see that walls are going to be on top of vegetation, so they're going to look funky and misplaced. So in furniture I'm going to go and place these down real quick, and then move this over, and there's a corner and another corner, and that's, you know, that this is really going to tie in or tie it all together. And I love the look of these bushes. So I'm going to press H to see the entire house and press Ctrl G to hide the grid. And I'd say that this is a pretty good house, definitely if it's your first one. So I'm going to Ctrl S. I've already saved it before, otherwise you have to define the name, of course. And that's it. I think that's like for steps to make your own house. These are the basic ones, and we can do some tips and tricks in a future video. Thanks for watching.